Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426 and today we have the review of the newly released high-grade Hugo from IBO Season 2. Now this was not actually seen in the anime yet, or maybe it could be seen on episode 2 or in the future. But one thing we can tell you is that this is a new frame called the HEXA Frame and is used by space pirates called the Dawn Horizon Corps, which we still have not much information on. So let's get on to the review. Before we actually see the articulations, one thing I have to tell you is that this thing is on the action base. I had to put this on the action base, not because it can't stand on its own. It can actually stand. Let me show you guys. It can stand on its own but because of the design of the feet, it feels really awkward for me. And the structure of the legs, it's really difficult to pose this guy. So it's currently standing with no problem. But I'm still having it. I feel like it's gonna be more easier for me to review on an action base. So, yeah. So this can stand on its own. Don't get me wrong, but due to the design of the design and structure, it's kind of tricky. Okay, what you get from the kit is the high-grade Hugo itself. You get two scimitars. I think that's how you pronounce it, and you get two of these wire things, which I'm not a big fan of. Currently I'm showing you guys one because the other one is attached to the claw, which you get two of them on each side. I wanted to separate one just to show you guys how this works. Usually I don't show you guys, but I feel like I should show it this time. You get a sticker sheet. Not many stickers if you consider on what they're used for. And let's see. You get one machine gun. Okay, so this time, before I actually mention the review, I would like to mention some stuff. Number one, this thing is called the HEXA Frame. So this is the entirely new frame. This is not like I've been getting so many questions of this being does this have the same frame as the Greys, Barbados, or Gundam? No, this is called the HEXA Frame. So it's a new frame. So I'm answering that question. Number two, is this transformable? No, I have no idea why people have been asking me if this is transformable. No, this does not transform. I don't know why you guys say that, but maybe it looks like it, but no, it does not transform. And yes, are those weapons exactly the same of the Sandrock? No, they're the same type of weapons, but not exactly the same thing. These are called scimitars. These are the typical weapon for Hugo that has been used since the time of the Calamity War. I think I mentioned that a long time ago. Okay, and for the colors, the orange you see on the body is called it's called the chest orange part. It's 45% white, 25% orange, 20% orange yellow, and red brown 10%. And there's a lot of color schemes over here, but yeah, I wish I can tell you this, but there's no exact name of the color. For example, the sensor part, which is green, sensor green is the bright green 50%, white 50%. So I'm sorry, Mochan, I tried to mention the colors that is on the manual, but they don't really give you a exact color name. They actually give you like how much should I be, mix a few colors to get the color. So I'm terribly sorry. I think I won't be able to cover that up. Okay, let's get on to the review. Okay, first things first, the head. Now this has a pretty interesting head. Some people hate it, some people love it. I like it because it's different. The reason why the head is designed like this, it's because the cockpit or the pilot is inside the head to raise the chances of survival. Now remember, in IBO there's no beam weapons, so it kind of makes sense. Unlike in a certain series where a pilot keeps shooting heads off. Yeah, I'm not gonna go in too deep to that. The head, it's a pretty big wonky head. It can go down, up. Ooh, it can go up pretty much, a lot actually. And it can go only sideways that much. So yeah, considering the design, don't expect a 360 because I find that ridiculous. The sticker is for the eyes or sensor. Yeah, I thought this was a visor type, but come to think of it, with all those lines, this should be a sensor. And let's see, on the back there's another backhead camera, which I'm pretty surprised they actually consider one. So we saw the head. And good thing that the inside piece is actually locked in place, so you don't need to worry of like the inside part moving on itself or whatever. The arms. Okay, I would like to talk about the arms. The arms, because of the design, there's the arm placement is gonna be awkward. This part here is gonna hinder the process, but concerning the design, I say it's not too bad. And these parts are stickers. I tried to do something with them, but it didn't work out very well. But yeah, I tried my best. You get 4 of these, 2 on the front and 2 on the back, so that's what you can expect. The shoulders can move it can move a lot actually than you think. Concerning its design, it can move a lot, and the arm can go also 90 degrees out. And the arms, I don't think these are double jointed, I believe. Yeah, these are not double jointed at all. They can only bend about 90 degrees. And there's another peg here which I do not know what it's for. Maybe it's for another weapon, or maybe one of those option parts I've been hearing about. The hands are just, you only get one set of hands, the standard multi-purpose hands for weapons, and they are connected to a ball joint, so no need to worry about breaking stuff. Okay, now there's not much movement in the body itself. I mean, the arms are just, how should I say, there's a ball joint on the body, and that's how the shoulders are connected to, or the arms are connected to the main body. So there's not much joints actually. Oh wait, it's actually all the I say opposite. In the opposite, the arms have the ball joints, and on to the body they are the polycaps, so that's how they are connected. So you don't see movement in the body, but they can go up. It's not your typical that the shoulder, I mean the main body has the polycaps where you can move back and forth. No, this time it's up and down, so just letting you guys know. The body, let me see. Like usual, like all the IBO kits, they still have those piston frame things. 360 is possible, even with the backpack on, which I'm pretty surprised. They are connected to a ball joint, just you guys should remember. And another interesting thing is that there are these holes on the bottom, and there's these pistons outside. So I don't know, depending on how you do it, you might see that the pistons are like, they might look like they're cut off. So it's kind of difficult to position. But for those who customize their kits, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be a big problem. Sorry for the sniffing. It's getting cold in Korea, so yeah. Okay, now we have to go to the legs. I don't think there's not much to talk about the waist, because it's just there's nothing too special except for the front skirt that moves not your usual way, but like this. Pretty interesting. Okay, the stickers on the legs are only these, or sorry about that. The only stickers you get for the legs or the side skirts are these orange stickers, so nothing too serious. Do you have these claws inside? I will explain them later after the articulations. The legs, I'm going to explain this. You know what, I'm going to take this part off if I can. The side skirts these things are just attached to a peg, so no need to worry. The legs, as you can see, they are in I'm actually going to use this term, they're in the type of the chicken leg forms, where or the werewolf leg, where it's not a straight leg but it's bent backwards. So here's the part where I'm kind of struggling for posing, because I'm not really used to this kind of design. It's kind of tricky for me to pose and control the lengths and stuff. But yeah, so the legs, let me back up a bit, can go pretty much, it can't go that far as you think, because of the front skirt here. It's kind of blocking the armor, so this is as far as you go, which is not the best thing, but considering the design, it's not too bad as well. Bending, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to show this, but yeah, it can bend like that, 90 degrees I think. And this part here can also bend, so you can technically make it look straight. which will make it look taller, but I don't know. It feels like it's gonna be awkward. And considering all the pictures we saw, yeah, I'm gonna stick with the chicken feet or chicken legs. Yeah, if you do stretch it out, it is going to look taller. And the feet can also twist left and right, like that. And let's see, the feet itself is connected to a ball joint to the ankles, I believe. And one thing I should mention about the feet is that they also work as claws, basically. So you can bend down this part, and here there's a latch you can actually open up, so it looks like it's like a claw. So even on the boxes, and the one picture I took is that these are, I think they are also meant for claws, for they can actually, you know, clank on enemy wool suits as well. So that's a pretty interesting detail. And considering that these are used by space pirates, I think they really did go well on the theme. Okay, now we've seen all the articulations. Now we will talk about the accessories. I will start with the most annoying one, the claws. Now the way how the claws work, first how they are stored in is that you close it up, and then you put, well, you can take it off or push it back in if you can, but this section here is really tight for this, so I wouldn't recommend sliding it. I would recommend taking it off just for the sake of, you know, for the stiffness. So this is how it's stored in usually, and you just clip it back on here like that. But if you're going to use the claws, you know, you take it off like this and then reattach it to make it look out a bit, and then open the claw a little bit out. You connect the cable into the hole here. There's a hole right over here, and then you take the other end. And here's the part which I don't like, is that in the instruction manual, I think it tells you to take it off and then do it. There's another small hole on the back of the big hole, so you insert the cable inside. And what they tell you is usually, which I don't think it's really that necessary, but is to pull it out a little bit and then bend it like that, and then reattach it. So you have the claw, but considering the claw's weight, it can't hold it, and they don't give you a separate stand for this, which I don't really care because I'm not a big fan of using these cables itself. But somehow every time I find the kit I like, it has these cables, like the Silver Bullet, and even this kit, and even the Matsumina. So I don't know, maybe it's the trend going on with me. Well, it can stand on its own like this, but sometimes if you don't do it on the right position, it will, you know, fall down. I was working on this a few minutes ago, and it did not work very well. I guess I'll leave the cable right there. You know what? I think I should take it out. Okay, next weapon, we're going to look at the machine gun, which is a pretty standard weapon, or, you know, your typical, you know, weapon that you'd see in a high-grade kit. But one thing it would have been awesome is that, okay, here's the machine gun, pretty standard looking. You just snap two pieces together and you're good. All you need to do is just slide it into the hand, and you got it. I don't mind the machine gun. I do like compact design, you know, weapons, like guns like this. But I will get into explain later on one thing I wish they would have done. Okay, the last weapon, and everybody has been waiting for, the scimitar. One thing I really like about this is that when you store it, they have holes on this section here, so you can attach it to the pegs that's on the backpack. But on the other end side here on the bottom, they have their own pegs. So basically, yeah, they have their own pegs and hole here. One on the side, there's another hole on the other side. What you can do is, oh, here's the hole that connects to the peg that's on the backpack, and here's the other side. They actually have their own connection like this, so that stays on place and makes a circle. This I really like. If you want, you can do it on the other way, but yeah, I don't want to reference another series. Okay, the weapons, these are pretty standard. You just snap two pieces together and you're good to go. And yeah, a lot of people were saying, oh my god, this is the Gundam Sandrock's weapon. Yes, they are the same type of weapon if you say so. the thing that I'm having is that same as the Barbados Lupus, the weapon, the sword mace, these doesn't have any like a hinge or something, so they will spin around the hand, but they won't fall off because the hand is holding them pretty well, except for, well, for this side, but this one's kind of loose a little bit. I don't know why, but yeah, it's a pretty good weapon. I mean, the concept is pretty nice. You don't see these weapons that often, and I really like the concept. And on the internet there was a lot of, you know, poses doing this, you know, doing the whatchamacallit, doing the clanking action on the feet, and then they were holding the scimitars. Yeah, the whole posing could be tricky, but I can manage it. So yeah, on the internet you've been seeing this pose a lot. It's a pretty awesome pose, I will admit. But one thing I wish they would have done is that, oh, that does not look good. One thing that is that, okay, you have these pegs that, you know, connects the scimitars. I wish they would have made a peg on the machine gun as well on this side, so you can actually attach the machine gun. If you put it on place, it looks like it will exactly fit. Skills, you can actually. Okay, I'm sorry, it's been 60 minutes. My camera got cut off, so here again. I wish what they would have done is that they would made a hole here, and then you can actually attach it to the place where you actually put the scimitars. Because if you place it, it feels like it will fit exactly on place. So if you have the skill, you can maybe drill a hole onto this part so you can actually attach the machine gun on the back. Well, anyway, that's it for the review of the high grade Hugo. It's a very interesting, unique design kit. I would recommend this for any IBO fans or anybody who's looking for something new. This has an entirely new frame called the HEXA Frame, and it's a pretty fun build. So I recommend this to anybody. Beginners could be tricky, but not too tricky at the same time. So anybody, recommend it for any IBO fans or any, you know, mass production type fans like me. Anyway, thank you for watching my review. This was the high grade Hugo from Iron Blood Orphan Season 2. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative, please like my videos and also subscribe to my channel. I still have more kits to buy and build and make reviews out of, so please stay tuned. Well, until then, see you guys next time.